Hello, my name is Ravel Gaither and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today on my channel, I'm going to be bringing you guys along on a process of me making this amazing shoulder bag. I love how it came out and the design of this piece is just so amazing. I haven't done a shoulder bag in this style in quite some time, so it was really cool, going back to doing this style of a bag. And I just love the way that this piece came out, and this one actually came out really good. The last bag that I did, if you watch the video, it came out with a little bit of flaws, but this one came out pretty much flawless. I'm going to go ahead and show the bag and talk about it, so let's do that. So this is the bag that I make in this video, and as you can see, she is gorgeous. Like, look at how beautiful this freaking bag is. So this is a dark blue denim with a light blue denim. I use the light blue for like detailing and it looks amazing. It almost looks black, the dark blue, which is what I love about it because it goes with a lot since it does look black, but it is a really dark blue. And it's a really nice shoulder bag. It has a flap closure, and I did this really cool overlaying design for the flap closure on there just to add a little bit of oomph to it. And it does have a bottom support. And yeah, I really do love this bag. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but it does give me like Tron vibes. If you know Tron and the suits that they wore, it kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, this is the bag that I make in this video. If you do want to stick around and watch me make it, please do make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and let's get into the video. All right, so it is March 15th. It is currently Friday. Sorry if I sound congested. I have been having allergies. It's been kicking my butt. I don't know why. I normally don't get allergies, but they've been really kicking my butt this time around. But yeah, I'm about to start on this shoulder bag. I love this design so much, and I haven't done a shoulder bag in this shape in quite some time, honestly. So I'm really excited to try this one out. I did go ahead and do a test piece for this design. I hope it's showing up on camera. It looks a little really overexposed. It's uninterfaced denim. I just tested it out. Really is to make sure that the pattern worked and it looks really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the design actually, which would probably be better, the sketch that I drew up for this piece. And honestly, this design almost gives me like Tron vibes. Like I don't know if you guys have seen like the Disney movie Tron. Is this focusing too? Okay, there we go. So this is a sketch that I did. It looks super amazing. One thing that I've noticed that I haven't really talked about is how good my sketches have been getting lately. I've been getting really good at drawing like my digital sketches for my pieces. So I've been loving that. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's a dark blue denim with the light blue denim accent pieces. And this dark blue denim that I'm going to use for this bag is one of my favorite denims that I use. It's like out of the collection of denim that I have because it's dead stock rag and bone denim. So the little bit that I have left, I kind of use it for pieces that I feel like it would fit really good with because I try to spread it out because I don't have that much, and then once I run out I can't get it again. So this is the color combo right here for this piece. I'm going to try to pick up all the pieces. I have all my prep done. I've been working the last few days to do that. So the embroidery for this one, I decided to do a light blue to match the light blue exterior that it's gonna have, or the light blue on the exterior that it's gonna have. And then yeah, it's gonna have a bunch of overlaying pieces. I'm doing rounded strap connectors on here. I think that's gonna be really cool as well. Silver hardware. I was debating between silver matte and regular silver, and I just decided to go with the regular silver hardware. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get my template piece to go ahead and map out where all my overlays are going to hit on here. So this is how it looks, and then I have to piece all of the paneling on to give it the curved design that I'm going for on this piece. And I think this design is going to be so freaking dope. I'm using black for the interior too, and this is the first time that I don't think I've ever used black for the inside of a bag. I tried to think back to a piece when I did, but I don't think I've ever used black. I normally don't like to because it's so hard to see on the inside of. But for this bag, I think it'll be perfect because one, it's a smaller bag, so you don't really have to see. It's not like a deep interior, and I think it'll match perfectly with the outside because I didn't want to do like a blue color because I thought it would take away from the design on the outside. So yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do is do my overlaying pieces, map out where everything's supposed to line up, do all of that, and then that's what you're gonna see, and I'll check back in once I do that. So excited for this piece, and I hope this one comes out how it's supposed to because the last one did come out with some mess ups. So hopefully this can be my redemption era for that one, So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll check back in once all of that is done. So let's get to it. All right, so I went ahead and sewed all the overlaying pieces on the front and the back, and this is what it's looking like. It looks freaking amazing. I love this design so much, and I think it's gonna look really dope once everything is all together, especially this front piece with the flap design and how it's gonna have like the little border around the flap. I think that's gonna be such a dope little detail for this. And that was kind of a last minute design feature. I didn't have it at first and then I added it in. And then same thing with the back. I decided to add a little border for where the flap's gonna be on the back as well, like where it's gonna be attached to, because I thought it would be a little weird to have it on the front but not be on the back. So it has a little smaller version for that, and it's gonna be so dope. So this is what the front and back looking like. I went ahead and added the magnetic snap-on. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I have the flat pieces right here. And again, like I said, I did the embroidery in the baby blue, and I think this is gonna be such a nice touch as well, because I was debating between originally when I designed this bag, I had like gold embroidery and gold stitching for the darker blue parts, but I was like, no, it just doesn't match. So I switched it to white stitching. So I was gonna do white embroidery, but I was like, no, that's too thinkable. Like you wouldn't expect that. So I was like, you know what, let's do baby blue. I think it'll kind of tie everything in together. So look, I think this is gonna be so dope. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew up the flap and then attach it to the back panel piece, and then I'm gonna add the rivets, and then I'm also gonna sew the piping on. I did piping. I'm gonna do a light blue piping because I think it'll give it a really nice border as well, and just add to the overall look and design of it. And I think this is gonna be so dope. And again, this is really giving me like Tron vibes. When I finished designing this, or during designing, I was like, this is giving me Tron. Like, and then I had to look it up, and it looked like their suits, how it was like the, especially I think it was the guy, he had like the black suit and it had like the light blue kind of LED light detailing, and that's what this reminds me of. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, sew the flap, attach that, and this pattern is honestly coming together really good. I'm really excited because I've been trying, for this bag, I tried it a new way because I'm learning how to do digital patterning for me selling digital patterns. So I've been kind of learning and teaching myself. So I hand make all my patterns. And sometimes, you know, with hand making, you know, it can have flaws and not be perfect. But with digital patterning, you can kind of get like a perfect shape. So I've been kind of incorporating digital in it as well. I still do my hand patterning with it, but I'm kind of incorporating the digital side too for like the perfect shapes. And then I do a little bit of hand patterning as well. So I'm kind of joining both of those worlds together in my patterning, and it's really giving me good patterns. So super excited for the future in this bag, see how it comes out. So I'm gonna go ahead, stop ranting, sew up the flap and attach that. So let's get into it. All right, so it's the next day, and I went ahead and I added the piping around the border of the front and back. And I think having this light blue for the piping is gonna be so dope. I feel like it's gonna tie everything in and make it just a little bit more cohesive looking. And I also did the same for the back, and I added the flap on and I put the rivets too. And I noticed last night that I didn't even have to taper in these ends because I'm so used to making flaps where I have to taper in the ends of it so that it's like out of the way for the seam allowance, but it's like a small flap in the center, so I didn't have to do that. But I kind of like the look of it. So even though I wasn't supposed to, I still love the look of it. It's just, I think it just makes it look a little bit more cooler. But yeah, so this is the back, and it has the overlaying pieces for this as well. So this is pretty much set for right now. It's coming out amazing. The quality is really good. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and start on is I have these strap connectors right here all prepped. Again, I'm doing like the rounded end strap connectors. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect these to the gusset, and then I also need to attach the bottom support that I have as well. I'm doing a bottom support, no purse feet on this one, just the bottom support, and I'm gonna sew that on and sew on the strap connectors, and then sew the gusset to the front and back body piece. So I really don't think sewing this together is gonna be too difficult. I think I said this in my last video. I did get a new stapler, so this one is a little bit more heavy dutier and it is easier to use. If you know, I like to use staples to hold my pattern pieces together while I'm sewing like gussets and stuff on. And recently I posted a TikTok like giving away that tip, like, oh, I like to use staples to hold my pieces together. And there were some comments of people like, oh, you just lessen the quality of your pieces. Oh, you're being lazy. You're using shortcuts. And I'm like, do you know how often and normal it is to use staples, glues, adhesives, and tapes during sewing and like using anything to hold your pattern pieces together while sewing? I think people don't understand that. Like, I use the staples to hold my pattern pieces together and then sew, and I remove the staples. I don't leave the staples in. I'm not using the staples to hold the bag together. It's just to hold the pieces while I'm sewing. And it's in the seam allowance, so it's not like I'm poking holes in the fabric. And even if I did, it's a woven textile. The holes don't. People just are so annoying because they act like they know everything and they don't know what they're talking about. And I can tell it's from people who don't sew or make bags. So, but it was received really good by a bunch of people. So yeah, I bought a new stapler. It's really good and heavy duty. So I think it's gonna staple really well through this one. The last bag I tried to use a stapler for, but it was way too thick with the foam and the interfacing. It was just too much. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sew on the strap connectors, the bottom support, and then the gusset to this. And then I'll check back in once that's done. So let's get into it. Okay, so I went ahead and sewed the gusset onto the front and back body pieces, and it honestly wasn't too bad. It was a pretty decent sew. It did have some difficulties a little bit in the curve, but it really wasn't that bad. So this is done for now. So I'm gonna leave that turned inside out. And now I'm gonna start on the lining. And again, I'm using black for the interior. I wanna say this is really the first time I've used black on the inside of a bag. I can't think to when I used black on a bag before. So I'm kind of excited, something different. And for the zipper, because for the inside of this bag, I'm gonna do the usual that I normally do, zipper pocket and then a slip pocket. So for the zipper, I'm gonna do this black tape with a like metallic blue coil. I think the coil on this is really cool and it kind of matches the light blue on the exterior. So this is what the zipper is gonna be. Again, the embroidery tags for this piece are baby blue. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, start sewing up the lining. Again, zipper pocket, slip pocket. And this shouldn't be too difficult. It's the usual that I normally do. And then I'll go ahead and sew that to the exterior, which I'm hoping is not gonna be too bad. I don't think it should be, but I'm hoping it's not. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I will check back once that is done. So let's do that. All right, so I went ahead and finished top stitching, turned the bag right side out, closed off the lining, and gave it a good press. And this is what it's looking like so far. I love this design so freaking much, and the quality on this piece is insane. Like, this is such a dope and beautiful design all the way around. And I will say I did a really good job on the piping on this one. Like, this is probably some of the best piping that I've done on the bag so far. It looks really good. And I just love it. I do have it stuffed right now just to help with the shape, because when you heat up the bag from pressing it, the interfacing gets soft. So I like to put stuffing in it just to kind of help when it kind of dries and hardens back up, it'll give it a good shape. So that's what that's for. But yeah, so the last thing that I have to do is sew up the strap and attach it to here. So this is the strap right here. It's a short little soldier strap, and I'm just gonna sew it. I'm using the white thread for this one, and then I'm just gonna rivet it on, and then that's really it from here. I'm just really loving this design. Like, it is so freaking dope. I just want to keep showing it because she's that girl. She's that girl. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, sew up the strap, attach it, and then I'll check back in with the final shots and final thoughts on this project. And yeah, so let's get into that. All right, so it's been a few days now since I last finished up the bag, and please ignore this weird sunlight spot behind me. The sun is setting and I don't have a cover on the top part of my window, so the sun is just beaming through. But yeah, I finished the bag. It came out amazing. I freaking love this bag so much, and I'm really glad that I did decide to do this piece. I feel like it's just such a beautiful design, and the quality is so good on this bag. I really wish that people could feel the quality of this stuff. It really feels amazing, and I try little tricks, like little knickknacks, I guess that's what you would call it, like little different things throughout my pieces. Every time I do a bag, I try like a little something or tweak something to be like, oh, maybe this will up the quality, and just little things like that to try and make the quality better. And the quality on this one, how many times have I said that word so far? But it's amazing. I love it. So yeah, I'm gonna do like a little, I'm gonna do like little shots and then the voiceover of me talking about the final product. So I really love the overall design of this bag, and I really do love the colors. I've done this color combo before, and I always love how it looks. It always gives me like a futuristic vibe, which is probably why I also get Tron vibes from it. It just looks really amazing. And I also really love that I decided to do rounded strap connectors on here. I think it just adds really nicely with the curved design on the front. It looks super dope. And I didn't put purse feet on the bottom of this one. I didn't think it was a purse foot style design. And I just thought purse feet would look a little weird on this bag. I don't know. I feel like for me, it's weird. I feel like some bags don't need purse feet. And the bag looks amazing as well. I did the same design, and I did also a little blue border around the back side of the flap. I wasn't gonna do this. That was like a last minute detail that I added on, but I think it looks really nice. And the piping on this bag came out amazing. This is some of the best piping that I've done on a bag so far. And I just love this piece so much. It came out amazing all the way around. And another thing that I love about this, I don't know if I'm gonna get shots in it, but I love that I decided to do blue. I don't know if it's showing up like white on camera. It kind of looks a little white in some shots, but I love that it's blue. I think it just looks so dope on here. And I'm gonna show the inside too, because I know I'm not gonna be able to get shots. And it's gonna be hard to see because the inside is black, but it has that zipper back there, my interior logo, and then it has this slip pocket right here, which is kind of hard to see again because it's black. And it is waterproof on the inside, and it's really spacious though. Like, you can fit a good amount of stuff in here. And yeah, this is how the bag came out. It is freaking beautiful. This is how she looks on. So you put her on like this, and as you can see, she is that girl. Like, this is such a beautiful bag. So you can wear it on your shoulder like this, put it on your arm like that, or hold it by the handle. And the handle feels really good. Like, this is really one of the parts that feels like amazing quality. Like, it's I just can't believe how good I'm getting at making bags. Like, it's actually insane. And there's another thing I wanted to talk about. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I wanted, the patterning for this one. So I think I talked about it a little bit earlier on in the video, but I used digital patterning with physical, what would you call it, like traditional patterning? Like, I used both methods of making the pattern on the computer and then by hand. And I think that's what I'm going to start incorporating a little bit more in my pieces, just because it helps me a little bit better make not perfect patterns, but nearly perfect, like a lot closer to perfect than what I can get by just doing it by hand. And I think that's what also makes this piece so elevated. The pieces match up perfectly. All the shapes are beautiful. They're consistent all the way throughout. And I love this design so much. I don't have a name for it yet, but hopefully I come up with something that I feel fits it. Because I don't want to call it anything that has to do with Tron. Even though it gives me a Tron vibe, I just don't think I want to go that route. But yeah, this is the finished product. This bag is going to be retailing on my website for $605 with the shipping and dust bag included. It is such a good price for this bag. This, I love this so freaking much. Like, bro, this is amazing. And difficulty wise, honestly, this wasn't a difficult design and it wasn't crazy time consuming. I mean, it was actually. It took me 2 days production wise to make this, but I feel like I worked on it kind of non-stop, so it felt like it went a lot faster. But yeah, I would rate this like difficulty wise a 4.5 out of 10. The pattern was probably a little bit more difficult than sewing this together. It really wasn't that bad. So yeah, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 10. And I might be releasing a shoulder bag pattern soon, so stay on the lookout for that. I don't know if I'm gonna do it though, but I do have the digital pattern for it, so I might, I don't know. But yeah, this is the finished product of the bag. I love it so much, and if you want, I would like it if you did. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think on this beautiful bag. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification as well so you can be notified when I do upload any of my future sewing projects and things like that. And yeah, I thank you guys for watching. This is the finished product. The website is going to be linked down below in the description box with all my social medias as well. And that's really all that I have to say. So I thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video. Deuces.